Have you ever been told to eat more protein, but then warned that protein can actually damage your kidneys? Confusing, isn't it? Especially when you're trying to do the right thing, and your health feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. Here's the truth. Not all proteins are created equal, and if you have kidney issues, or even just want to protect your kidneys as you age, there are 4 types of protein you should eat more often, and 6 you need to be very careful with. Today, we'll break it all down, clearly, calmly, and backed by real science, so you know exactly what to put on your plate and what to leave behind. Welcome to Senior Strength, the channel where you get clear science-backed health advice designed specifically for people over 40. If you want to stay strong, independent, and pain-free as you age, go ahead and tap subscribe. Now, let's dive into the kidney-safe proteins you should be eating first. Let's go straight to the point. Protein number 1. Egg whites, nature's kidney-friendly protein picture. This, a 67-year-old man named Harold had just been told his kidney function was starting to decline. He felt fine, but his doctor warned him to watch his protein intake. Confused and anxious, Harold started cutting back on protein altogether until he began losing muscle, energy, and even balance. Then, a renal dietitian told him about egg whites, just a few weeks of adding them to breakfast, and Harold felt stronger, steadier, and no longer scared of food. Here's why. Egg whites are one of the purest sources of high-quality protein, but without the phosphorus and fat that put pressure on the kidneys. The yolk, while nutritious, contains more phosphorus and cholesterol, which can be problematic in kidney disease. Egg whites, on the other hand, are low in potassium, low in sodium, and almost entirely composed of albumin, a type of protein that your body can absorb easily without overburdening the kidneys. Science backs this up. In clinical guidelines, for people with chronic kidney disease, CKD, egg whites are often recommended as one of the safest and most efficient protein sources. They offer all the essential amino acids your muscles and tissues need, especially important if you're experiencing muscle wasting, a common side effect of kidney decline, and unlike red meats or processed protein, they won't cause toxic byproducts that your kidneys struggle to remove. What's the impact? Well, including just 3-4 egg whites in your breakfast omelet or scrambled into your vegetables can help maintain your strength without damaging your kidneys. It's safe, affordable, and gives you a feeling of fullness without the fatigue or bloating that often comes with heavier animal proteins. It's a small shift, but it can make a massive difference. I want to hear from you. Have you ever used egg whites regularly, or is this a new idea for you? Let me know in the comments and tell me which city or country you're watching from. Let's see where our strongest seniors live. If you're getting value from this and want more real health solutions for seniors, don't forget to subscribe. This might be the channel that helps you walk better and live stronger next year than you do today. Protein number 2. Tofu. The plant-based protein that respects your kidneys meet Clara, 71 years old, retired teacher, and recently diagnosed with stage 2 kidney disease. Her doctor advised her to lower her red meat intake, but Clara was worried. "If I cut out meat," she said, "won't I get weaker?" That's when her dietitian introduced her to something simple. Tofu. Within a few months, Clara didn't just feel lighter. Her blood pressure dropped, her digestion improved, and her kidney numbers began to stabilize. All because she made one clean swap. Tofu is made from soybeans, but don't confuse it with ultra-processed soy fillers. This is whole, minimally processed soy protein, packed with all 9 essential amino acids your body needs. And here's the key. Tofu has significantly lower levels of phosphorus and acid-forming compounds than animal proteins, making it a gentler choice for aging kidneys, where red meats can increase the acid load in your blood, straining your kidneys to filter it out. Tofu helps maintain a more balanced, kidney-friendly pH, But that's not all. A study published in Kidney International Reports showed that plant-based proteins like tofu can slow the progression of chronic kidney disease, especially when they replace red or processed meats. Researchers found that patients who consumed more plant proteins had lower levels of uremic toxins, which are waste products that build up when the kidneys aren't functioning well. This means tofu isn't just less bad, it's actively helpful for your long-term kidney function. Seniors, this is a game changer. Tofu is soft and easy to digest, ideal for older adults with weaker teeth or slower digestion. You can stir-fry it with vegetables, crumble it into a salad, or blend it into a creamy, satisfying soup. Every bite gives you clean, complete protein, without the metabolic stress that often comes with animal-based options. And emotionally, it gives you peace of mind. You're eating for strength and self-preservation. Protein, number 3. Greek yogurt, low phosphorus, low potassium varieties. Gentle strength for aging kidneys. Imagine this. A 64-year-old woman named Denise had always loved dairy, but after her kidney labs came back elevated, she panicked. "I guess yogurt's off the list now," she told her doctor, discouraged. But to her surprise, her renal dietitian smiled and said, "Not all yogurt is created equal, especially when it comes to plain, low-phosphorus Greek yogurt." That's when Denise started a morning ritual, half a cup of Greek yogurt with berries and chia, and within weeks her energy improved, her digestion felt smoother, and most importantly, her kidneys stayed stable. So what makes Greek yogurt special? First, it's richer in protein per ounce than regular yogurt, thanks to the straining process that concentrates the casein and whey. That's great for seniors fighting muscle loss, because we need more protein per pound as we age. But more importantly for kidney patients, Greek yogurt can be chosen in lower phosphorus and lower potassium options. When unflavored and in small portions, it gives you the benefits of dairy without the mineral overload. From a scientific perspective, Greek yogurt is also a probiotic powerhouse. It supports gut health, and gut health is directly tied to kidney function. Research shows that patients with impaired kidneys often have disrupted gut microbiomes, leading to higher levels of systemic inflammation and uremic toxins. By nourishing your gut with the right strains of bacteria, you help your kidneys by reducing the toxic load they have to manage. That's right, better gut, better kidneys. For seniors, this food offers the best of both worlds. It's cool, creamy, comforting, a familiar food that doesn't feel like medicine, and emotionally, it gives you back a sense of joy and normalcy, reminding you that eating healthy doesn't have to mean restriction. Just half a cup a few times a week, with the right label, low potassium, low phosphorus, can support muscle maintenance, improve gut health, and protect your kidneys for years to come. Protein, number 4. White fish, the cleanest animal. Protein for kidney support. Let's talk about James, 70 years old, retired firefighter, and proud grandfather of 4. James was never one to give up his steak dinners, but his rising creatinine levels made his doctor press pause. "If I can't have red meat," he asked, "what's left that won't wreck my kidneys?" The answer? White fish, like cod, haddock, or tilapia. Once James started replacing his beef with grilled fish twice a week, not only did his energy levels bounce back, but his kidney function stabilized, and he felt more agile and clear-headed. So why is white fish such a winner? First, it's a lean, complete protein that contains all essential amino acids, but without the heavy phosphorus, potassium, and saturated fats found in other meats. Unlike red meat, white fish produces fewer nitrogen-based waste products during digestion, which is critical for people with reduced kidney filtration. Less waste means less work for your kidneys, allowing them to do their job more efficiently without getting overwhelmed. The science is strong here. Multiple studies show that patients with early-stage kidney disease who reduce red meat and switch to fish or plant proteins have slower disease progression, fewer symptoms, and even better cardiovascular outcomes, which is key since kidney and heart health are deeply connected. Plus, certain white fish like cod contain beneficial nutrients like selenium and B vitamins, which help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the kidneys. From a lifestyle point of view, whitefish is flexible, fast to cook, and familiar. It doesn't feel like health food, it just feels clean. You can grill it, bake it with lemon and herbs, or flake it into a salad or soup. The light, flaky texture makes it easy to chew and digest, especially helpful for older adults who may have digestive or dental concerns. And emotionally, it gives you the freedom to still enjoy a satisfying, protein-rich meal without the fear of silently harming your kidneys. Protein Dr. 1. To avoid processed meats. The silent kidney destroyers. Think about cold cuts, hot dogs, sausages, bacon, all those quick, easy, tasty foods that many of us grew up eating. Now picture an elderly man named Alan. At 72, Alan still made sandwiches with deli meat every day until his doctor showed him his kidney labs. His GFR had dropped sharply. The culprit? Processed meats. Once he cut them out and replaced them with lighter, fresher options, his labs stopped declining, and his energy came back. Here's the danger. Processed meats are loaded with sodium, nitrates, phosphorus-based preservatives, and saturated fats. All of these ingredients force the kidneys to work overtime, filtering out toxins, balancing fluid levels, and managing excess minerals. For someone with even mild kidney damage, that workload can be too much. Scientific studies, including large-scale renal health reviews, consistently show that people who eat more processed meat have a higher risk of developing or worsening chronic kidney disease. The high sodium alone raises blood pressure, which damages the small blood vessels in your kidneys. And that's just the start. And the worst part? Many people eat processed meats daily without realizing the hidden load they're putting on their kidneys. It's not about fear. It's about clarity. If you can reduce or eliminate processed meats and swap in the kidney-friendly proteins we just covered, you'll slow the decline and potentially reverse some of the damage over time. It's a powerful, practical decision that can add years of strength to your life. Protein Number 2. To avoid. Red meat, heavy protein that slowly wears down the kidneys. Let's revisit. James for a moment, the retired firefighter who used to enjoy steak a few times a week. He wasn't doing anything wrong by most standards. Red meat is full of protein, iron, and flavor. But when his kidney markers began to decline, something had to change. And sure enough, once James swapped his red meat for white fish, his labs stabilized. That's because even the best quality red meat creates a heavy burden on aging kidneys. Here's why. Red meats like beef, lamb, and pork are acid-forming, high in saturated fats, and loaded with nitrogen-rich compounds that your kidneys must filter out. As we age, and especially for those with any signs of kidney decline, this load becomes too much. The result? More inflammation, increased uremic toxins, and faster decline in kidney function. These effects can sneak up on you, even if you feel fine. From a medical lens, red meat has been shown to increase the risk of kidney disease progression, particularly when consumed frequently. A study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that individuals with higher red meat consumption had a 40% greater risk of developing end-stage kidney disease. That's not from overeating. That's from just regular weekly consumption. But here's what matters most. The emotional and physical toll of red meat is avoidable. You don't have to give up rich, savory meals. You just need to switch to leaner, cleaner proteins that don't leave behind a toxic mess your kidneys have to clean up. Over time, This simple change can mean less fatigue, fewer blood pressure spikes, and more years of mobility and freedom. Protein, number 3, to avoid: whey protein powders, the hidden threat in healthy supplements. Now meet Laura, 68 years old, former yoga teacher and still active in her community. Concerned about muscle loss, Laura started adding whey protein shakes to her daily routine. It felt like the healthy thing to do, until she began experiencing bloating, headaches, and rising creatinine levels. After speaking with her nephrologist, she realized the truth. Whey protein powders were silently putting stress on her kidneys. Whey may come from milk, but it's a highly concentrated, rapidly absorbed protein. And for aging kidneys, especially those already compromised, that's a problem. The body breaks down excess protein into waste products like urea, creatinine, and other nitrogenous compounds. These must be filtered out by your kidneys. When you flood your system with a dense protein like whey, especially in powder form, it can overwhelm the filtering process. Studies show that high-protein supplementation, especially from isolated sources like whey, can lead to hyperfiltration in the kidneys. That means your kidneys start working harder than normal, which sounds okay at first, but over time, that overuse can cause permanent structural damage. In people over 40, whose kidney function is already declining naturally with age, this risk is even higher. The worst part? Many seniors use these shakes thinking they're doing the right thing. But unless you're bodybuilding with normal kidney function, these powders aren't necessary, and they may even accelerate decline. Instead, aim for whole food proteins we discussed earlier, like egg whites, tofu, or Greek yogurt. These are gentler, more balanced, and provide the same benefits without the toxic overload. Protein number 4 to avoid: peanut butter, the sneaky protein that packs a kidney punch. Now, let's talk about something that surprises a lot of seniors. Peanut butter. John, a 66-year-old retiree, used to enjoy a spoonful or two every night with crackers. It felt innocent, even healthy. "It's got protein, right?" he'd say, but his kidneys were saying otherwise. John's potassium levels were creeping up, and his phosphorus way too high. The simple fix: reducing peanut butter. Within weeks, his blood work improved, and his digestion felt lighter. Here's the problem. Peanut butter is a triple threat for people with kidney concerns. First, it's high in phosphorus, which is difficult for weakened kidneys to filter. When phosphorus builds up in the blood, it leads to calcification in blood vessels and bones, a silent but dangerous process for aging adults. Second, it's high in potassium, which can accumulate quickly in people with declining kidney function and cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, and even cardiac arrest. And third, peanut butter is extremely dense and calorically packed, meaning just a small amount adds a large load of fat, protein, and minerals. Most commercial peanut butters also contain added salts and sugars, increasing your sodium load. Another big no-no for kidney health. Even the natural versions can be too much if consumed daily or in large amounts. This doesn't mean you can never enjoy a spoonful again. But for seniors with any signs of kidney trouble, peanut butter should not be your go-to protein. There are better, safer sources out there that support your strength without sabotaging your filtration system. It's about making smarter swaps, because when it comes to your kidneys, even small shifts can lead to massive improvements in how you feel and function. Protein number 5 to avoid: fried meats, the kidney-killing combo of protein, fat, and toxins. Imagine Gloria, 73 years old, living independently and proud of it. But every Friday night she treated herself to fried chicken. "It's just once a week," she said, yet after 6 months her legs began to swell, her blood pressure spiked, and her kidney numbers plummeted. The link: fried meats, a dangerous habit that seemed harmless at first. Here's why fried meats are so harmful for aging kidneys. First, the high-heat frying process creates advanced glycation end products, AGEs, and oxidized fats, both of which trigger inflammation and damage blood vessels, including the tiny, delicate ones inside your kidneys. Over time, this inflammation leads to scarring and loss of filtering ability, making it harder for your kidneys to remove waste. Secondly, the type of oil used matters a lot, and most fast food and pan-fried meats are cooked in low-quality seed oils high in omega-6 fatty acids. These contribute to systemic inflammation, insulin resistance, and metabolic stress, all of which burden the kidneys. Add in extra sodium, breadcrumbs, preservatives, and poor quality meats, and you've got the perfect storm for kidney damage. Fried proteins may taste comforting, but they are one of the fastest ways to accelerate kidney aging. And remember, you don't always feel the damage right away. It happens slowly, silently, meal after meal. If you're trying to preserve your kidney function, even occasional fried meat should be replaced with grilled, baked, or steamed options. They're easier on your body, reduce inflammation, and give you all the flavor without the long-term harm. And emotionally, you'll feel more in control. You'll know that every choice you make in the kitchen is working with your body, not against it. I want to hear from you. Have you ever relied on foods like peanut butter or fried chicken thinking they were harmless? Let me know in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. Let's see where our smartest, strongest seniors live. And if you're getting value from this and want real solutions, not hype, make sure to hit subscribe. This might be the channel that helps you walk stronger and live longer than you ever thought possible. Protein Lurker 6 to avoid. Canned meats, the emergency food that's hurting your kidneys. Daily, let's end with a hidden threat most people don't realize. Canned meats, like canned tuna, chicken, Vienna sausages, and Spam. They seem convenient, affordable, and protein-rich. And for seniors who live alone or don't cook much, they can become a daily go-to. But here's the warning. What's inside the can isn't just meat. It's a chemical cocktail that overworks your kidneys with every bite. Take Mary, 69, who stocked up on canned chicken after her husband passed. "It's easy," she said, "just open and eat." But after a few months, her ankles swelled, her appetite dropped, and her labs revealed worsening kidney function. Her doctor traced it back to two main culprits: sodium and phosphorus additives, and both are found in nearly every canned meat product on the shelf. Canned meats are often preserved with salt, phosphate binders, and nitrates, all of which make your kidneys work harder. The average can of meat can contain over 700 to 1,000 micronalers of sodium, sometimes in a single serving, more than half your daily allowance. Add that to a weakened filtration system, and it's easy to see why kidney function can crash. Plus, phosphorus additives are absorbed more easily than natural phosphorus, which means even small amounts can lead to calcium leaching from your bones, causing joint pain and fractures. The scary part? These additives don't taste salty. You may not even know they're there. That's what makes them dangerous. Many seniors unknowingly eat them thinking, it's just meat. But your kidneys know the truth. Over time, this quiet exposure can trigger high blood pressure, proteinuria, and rapid decline in function, even if you're doing everything else right. But there's hope. If you love the convenience, switch to low-sodium versions. Rinse the meat thoroughly before eating, or better yet, prep a few portions of fresh protein and freeze them. Your body deserves real nourishment, not a lab-made, shelf-stable substitute. Let's bring it all together. If you want to protect your kidneys and stay strong as you age, do eat egg whites tofu, Greek yogurt, low phosphorus, low potassium. White fish, avoid or limit processed meats. red meat, whey protein powders, peanut butter fried meats. Canned meats. Every meal is a message to your kidneys. I've got your back. Because these small shifts aren't just dietary, they're about staying independent, mobile, and vibrant for the years to come. Now, you tell me, which of these foods surprised you the most today? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation that could change someone's life. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because your best health years can still be ahead of you. This is Senior Strength, and your strength starts in the kitchen.